The DMI Tigermate, coupled with the Crumbler, has earned the reputation as the unbeatable dynamic duo to progressive farmers. The need for a new, revolutionary field cultivator became evident as higher residue farming practices became more popular. Most companies revamped old units by increasing shank spacing and sweep size to improve residue flow, but did not solve the problem of one-side overlapping sweep patterns that windrowed the residue and herbicides, which therefore demanded more of the harrow to level. One-side overlapping sweep patterns caused the sweep to wear unevenly, and the constant twist on the mounting shortened the mounting life. The one-side overlapping sweep pattern also caused the cultivator to dog track, especially on hillsides, and then weeds were skipped. DMI solved these problems by designing the new, revolutionary Tigermate field cultivator. The sweeps on the first 3 of 5 ranks do not overlap. They all take full cuts. The sweeps on the 4th and 5th ranks split the middles that are left. This unique split-the-middle sweep pattern eliminates the windrowing of residue and of chemicals. The split-the-middle pattern eliminates dog tracking, which eliminates skipped weeds and maintains excellent incorporation. The sweeps wear evenly, and the straight pull on the mounting assembly extends the life of the mountings. Tests performed by DMI and by chemical companies have shown 6-inch spacings incorporate better than wider spacings. So DMI sweeps are located on 6-inch centers to achieve the best possible incorporation with the least ridging. DMI clip wing sweeps take a full cut for the life of the sweep. This eliminates the need to buy larger sweeps that slab more, pull harder, and ridge more just to assure a full cut when the wings are worn down. The longer sweep point also extends the useful life of the sweep. The 5-bar frame with all full-rank mountings provide 24-inch centers between side-by-side sweeps to keep residue flowing through the Tigermate. The 9/16-inch thick C shanks provide 25 inches of clearance under the frame. The shanks 1 3/4-inch width have the correct flowing radius to create a rolling action that eliminates residue hairpinning that is typical of narrow, twisted shanks. DMI designed a compression spring trip mounting which will retain 120 pounds trip pressure throughout its life. The pressure builds during the primary part of the trip to prevent hopping. Then it decreases to only 50 pounds at its maximum trip height of 14 inches. 4 replaceable wear bushings are used for longevity and to provide low-cost serviceability of the mountings. While operating in the field, all slave lift cylinders are completely retracted, therefore cannot leak down and change operating depths. Top field performance is easy to obtain because the Tigermate is so easy to set and adjust. The turnbuckle on the level lift hitch gives fast, easy adjustment front to back. The easy depth adjustment screw on each lift cylinder provides quick fine-tuning across the Tigermate. Changing the depth does not change the levelness front to back. For incorporating chemicals or planting soybeans, correct depth is very important. Therefore, when moving from hard no-till fields to soft chiseled fields, readjustment is usually required. For example, when the tractor track is deeper, the center section runs deeper. One point adjustment cannot compensate for this misadjustment. The Tigermate provides fast and easy adjustment for each lift cylinder to correct the depth of the center or wing. In operating position, the tandem wheels are located about 4 inches behind the center rank of sweeps to maintain the best average depth. The level lift provides a high transport clearance under the sweeps. Tigermate transport height and width dimensions were designed to be low and narrow. To make road travel safer, the wheels move far enough back so the tongue stays heavy, even with the heaviest harrow. All main structure tubing has 1/4-inch walls for extra strength. The 5-rank wings, with angular braces and heavy-duty hinges, are built to last and last. The heavy-duty sandwich-type hitch uses an A-frame above both the 1st and 2nd rank, plus a pull tube that reaches below the frame to the 4th rank to sandwich the main frame, which provides strength and spreads the pull throughout the main frame. The tandem wheel walking pivots have tapered bearings with grease zerks, and the wheel hubs have grease zerks, which provide easy maintenance and extend the life. DMI is so confident of the TigerMate's durability, we back it with a 3-year limited warranty. 2 harrow options are available for the TigerMate. The 5-bar flexible spike tooth harrow gives maximum incorporation and leveling. The 3-bar coil tine with 3-position angle adjustment is recommended for high residue conditions. The optional crumbler hitch attaches to the 5th rank, 4th rank, and the hitch pull tube to provide a sturdy hitch for pulling crumblers. Hydraulics for a crumbler can easily be added using the extra ports in the TigerMate wing lift system. The crumbler is the second half of the dynamic duo. The DMI crumbler is also a revolutionary concept, developed to be pulled behind field cultivators, disc harrows, and drills to enhance the seedbed. Crumblers were designed to have many advantages over packers, wire baskets, and flat iron reels. Both packers and crumblers will level and firm. However, packers run on the surface to break clods and flatten residue. This, unfortunately, replants growing weeds and creates a moisture barrier of fines on the surface. The moisture barrier on the surface slows rainfall intake and can cause a serious crusting problem for emerging plants. Crumblers solve these problems because the 7/8" rods on spring cushioned reels run below the surface to firm the seedbed, which creates a moisture barrier below the surface. As the rods return through the surface, coarse soil is lifted onto the surface where it anchors residue and resists erosion and crusting. The force of the rods crumbles clods and kills weeds by knocking the dirt off the roots. The movement of soil levels the harrow grooves as it incorporates herbicides and residue. Because the moisture barrier is left below the surface, rainfall is more quickly absorbed by loose surface soil. This lessens water erosion because more rainfall is held where it lands, giving more time to soak through the moisture barrier. The coarse surface also resists wind erosion. Even if it stays dry, the moisture barrier is protected below the surface, so it retains more precious moisture, which stimulates a more uniform germination, a more uniform crop, thus a more uniform maturity. Although the wire baskets and the flat iron reels give good incorporation and a loose surface, the firming action below the surface is not achieved. If weight is added to wire baskets and flat iron reels, they just run deeper and still do not firm. The flat iron reels lift more fines to the surface, where they become more susceptible to erosion and crusting. Whereas the crumbler's firming action creates fines below the surface to enhance uniform germination and improve effectiveness of herbicides. The crumbler has successfully demonstrated its ability to operate in rocky conditions. The spring cushion reel with 7/8" rods resist bending and breaking, and the rods resist picking up rocks as flat iron reels tend to do. When the soil gets sticky, rollers will quickly ball up, while the crumbler can continue to operate as long as a disc can operate. It's not an accident that the crumbler has so many advantages. The crumbler was developed to fill the gaps left by competitive units to enhance the seedbed. The DMI TigerMate and the DMI Crumbler together make the unbeatable dynamic duo. The TigerMate Field Cultivator leads the industry with 1. Residue handling ability, 2. Split-the-middle sweep pattern benefits, 3. Quick, easy, precise field adjustment, 4. Safe, low, narrow road transport. The unique crumbler complements all field cultivators, disc harrows, and drills. The crumbler action: 1. Crumbles clods. 2. Kills weeds. 3. Incorporates fertilizer and herbicides. 4. Levels the surface. 5. Conserves moisture by creating a moisture barrier below the surface, which enhances germination and helps control water and wind erosion. The revolutionary design of the Crumbler and the Tigermate have once again proven that DMI's reputation for quality, safety, and advanced design is not a myth. DMI would like to add your name to the growing list of happy Tigermate and Crumbler owners. See your DMI dealer today about the unbeatable duo, the Tigermate and Crumbler. The only justifiable reason for tillage is to increase yields and to control erosion. DMI Yield Till does just that, and with the greatest payback of any current tillage system. The DMI Ecolo-Tigers are designed to complete all 3 primary tillage functions. Function 1, the blades handle and size the residue. Function 2, the patented Tiger points rip up the compaction. Function 3, the field surface is left prepared for the next operation. Primary tillage that does not complete all 3 functions will cost you money to finish later. The Ecolo-Tiger Model 527 was designed for the 2-wheel and front assist tractors in the 130 to 180 drawbar horsepower range. 2 rows of 20-inch disc blades are mounted individually on a rectangular frame to cut outward and then inward to size, mix, and level the soil. The residue is left uniformly incorporated in the upper 2 to 3 inches. Following the disc, 5 shanks in a V formation rip through the compaction. The patented Tiger Point wings destroy compaction by lifting and rolling layered soils out of their compacted position. No other point does as much, or does it better, than the DMI Tiger Point. Then the patented disc leveler re-levels the ridge of loose soil left between the shanks. The disc leveler can be adjusted to create a small berm behind each shank, so as settling occurs, the field will be level, prepared for the next operation. For farmers that demand more residue, the Ecolo-Tiger Model 527 can also be equipped with 24-inch straight coulters on 15-inch centers. The individually mounted and staggered coulters size the residue without mixing. To further enhance this residue farming, many no-till farmers are using the MRD shanks for minimum residue disturbance. The Model 527 offers 2 different shank mountings. A shear bolt unit is available for the non-rocky areas. A quad SR12 spring reset assembly is available for those rocky areas. It allows 12 inches of trip height, but is specially designed not to float. The shank spacing on the Model 527 is suggested to be set on 27 inches. However, to achieve more or less fracture between shanks, they can be manually adjusted from 24 inches up to 30 inches. Whatever the options, the DMI Ecolo-Tiger Model 527 completes all 3 functions required for a primary tillage tool. For the larger 4-wheel drive tractors, DMI developed the Ecolo-Tiger Models 530 and 730. These rugged units use a X disc frame with 22-inch disc blades. The blades are individually mounted to cut outward and then inward to uniformly size, mix, and level the soil. This leaves the residue uniformly incorporated in the upper 2 to 3 inches. Following the blades, the shanks in a V formation rip through compaction. The patented winged Tiger points open the soil by lifting and rolling layered soil out of position. The point of yield till is the DMI Tiger point, and no point does it better. Then the optional patented DMI disc leveler relevels the ridges of loose soil left between the shanks. The disc leveler can be adjusted to create a small berm, so as settling occurs, the field will be level, prepared for the next operation. When a farmer wishes to leave more residue on the surface, the 24-inch straight coulter option is ideal. Also, if the tillage points and shanks are too aggressive, then the MRD shank assembly can be used. The models 530 and 730 are available with either shear bolt or auto reset shank mountings that are welded on 30-inch spacings. However, when additional fracture is desired, a lead shank option can be installed ahead of and between the main deeper tillage shanks. These lead shanks run 2 inches to 4 inches shallower than the deeper Tiger points. This innovative and exclusive option, pioneered by DMI, is only available on the models 530 and 730. This option will assist in reducing the dirt clod sizes, which improves the soil flow through the shanks. Generally, lead shanks will not increase the horsepower requirements. In fact, in many instances, the horsepower requirements may be reduced. But the main advantage comes from the smaller and more uniform clod sizes, which will be more manageable to create that better seed bed in your next operation. All 3 DMI Ecolo-Tiger models come standard with hydraulic depth control of the disc or coulters for on-the-go depth control from your tractor seat. This makes it easy to set and easy to fine-tune for changing field conditions. The hydraulic disc leveler option also gives on-the-go depth control to the operator to fine-tune the size of the berm behind the shanks. One pass with the DMI Ecolo-Tiger completes all 3 primary tillage functions. Function 1, the blades handle the residue. Function 2, the Tiger points rip open compaction. Function 3, the field is left level, prepared for your next operation. Remember, the only justification for tillage is to increase yields and to control erosion. The DMI yield till system does just that with the most consistent payback of all current tillage systems. See your DMI farm equipment dealer for the DMI Ecolo-Tiger that fits your farming practice.
The Akalotil is our 3-point mounted deep tillage tool. It comes in either a 3-shank or a 5-shank base unit with combination pins that fit both Category 2 or Category 3 hitches. By adding extensions, both can be expanded by 2 shanks. The 3-shank base unit expands to a 5-shank. The 5-shank base unit expands to a 7-shank. The 2-bar frame uses 4x6-inch tubing to provide strength and easy mounting of optional 20-inch spring-loaded coulters. The shank spacing can be adjusted for 30 or 36-inch rows. An optional 8-inch offset mounting staggers side-by-side shanks to provide extra residue clearance between shanks. The standard shear bolt mounting works well in non-rocky areas. A quad spring mount is optional for rocky areas. The trip pressure is enough to prevent floating, but will trip for obstructions. The new MRD shank option is available when minimum residue disturbance is desired, as in no-till farming. The MRD shin wedge cuts through the soil and residue to provide only minimal residue disturbance. This will help to meet conservation requirements. Both the MRD shank and the parabolic shank lift and open the soil to let more air and water into the soil. All 3 points, the 2-inch parabolic point, the 5-inch parabolic Tiger point, and the 7-inch QP Tiger point, can be used on both shanks. The Tiger Point wings give additional lifting and turning action that increases air and water intake into the soil. Optional 4-inch covering attachments are available to mount on the parabolic shanks to cover more residue when desired. The gauge wheels are standard equipment. They can be mounted to the rear or to the front or between the bars. For running between the rows, the gauge wheel mounts in front of the coulter, with the coulter mounting reversed. The Akalotil fits the 70 horsepower to 200 horsepower tractor range. The Akalotil can be used to open the soil in the fall or spring, or even in a growing crop. See the Akalotil at your DMI dealer. The DMI Ecolo-Champ gives farmers maximum versatility to meet various farm needs. The heavy 4x6 tubular frame plus the low-profile A-frame tongue provide a strong foundation for the 7-shank through the 13-shank. The edge bent 1 1/4 by 2 shanks provide greater strength to loosen compacted soil. The shear bolt mounting retains the shank when the bolt is sheared. The SR 1800 mountings provide shank protection for non-stop operation in rocky fields. Parabolic deep till shanks can be substituted on the rear bar to achieve deeper depth to reach through the compaction layers. The front shanks work as lead shanks for the deep till parabolics to achieve uniform fracture. DMI offers 8 points to achieve soil fracture and residue cover desired. Hydraulic blade depth adjustment allows the operator to fine-tune the blade depth on the go from a cab. Gang coulters on 7.5-inch centers cut and flatten residue so points can mix and cover the residue. When less coverage is desired, the widely spaced 24-inch coulters on 15-inch centers leave residue almost undisturbed. The most aggressive blade option is the tandem disc. The disc blades mix soil and residue as they first cut and throw out, then cut and throw back in. Therefore, the chisel points need only break up compaction. To level the ridges left by the chisel points, DMI offers 3 leveler options. The S-tine works well in mellow soils. The stronger coil tine is recommended in rocky fields and gumbo-type soils. For all fields, especially in heavy residue, the disc leveler can't be beat to level the field without recompacting or bunching. The hydraulic disc leveler adjustment option allows the operator to control depth from the cab to meet various soil and residue conditions. Ask your dealer for the Ecolo-Champ from DMI.